Hello, everyone. This is Pinky, the housewife. Thank you all for being here this afternoon, this evening with me. Thank you all for being here. Um, we got a lot to talk about today, a lot that I want to talk about, a lot that I think you all will be interested in as well. So let me just say, I go by Pinky on all three of my channels. So I will be carrying this on all three, which is Pinky the Housewife, Pink Global, and then the original Pinky. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. I had to answer a call. Oh, I'm glad I did answer that call because if I didn't have my phone on mute. Let me do this right quick. Okay. Didn't have the phone on mute. Okay. Let me just do one other thing right quick. Just check something. Okay. Everything else is right. All right. So uh, we're going to talk about a little bit of everything. Okay. Everything we're going to talk about. My main thing I really want to talk about is Joy Reid. You know, I always love myself some Joy Reid. Joy Reid, Joy Reid, Joy, 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 Joy. Yes. I don't care what anybody say. I like Joy Reid. I always did, I always have, and always will. Joy, 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 Joy Reid, Joy Reid, Joy, Joy, Joy. Let me do Joy, 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 Joy Reid, Joy Reid, Joy, Joy, Joy. Yes. One up for joy, one up for joy, 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 Joy Reid, joy, 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 Joy Reid, joy, joy, joy. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. I just like Joy. Okay, I don't care what y'all say. I like Joy Reid, but she was interviewed um, by Piers Morgan on the Piers Morgan show, right? It got heated. It was a knockout. Knock you out, knock you out. It was a drag out, knockout fight. I enjoyed it. I only saw bits and pieces. I have not seen the whole thing. I only saw bits and pieces of it. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to watch it. And I don't want to see bits and pieces. No. Where's my straw so I can have something to hit? Oh, I forgot my straw. Oh, let me see, do I have one somewhere in here? Because I tend to keep straws around and here. Yes, I do. Oh, I don't see one, guys. I tend to keep straws around in some of these drawers because I know I'm always wanting one. No, I don't have one, guys. I need one anyway. So when we start the video, I'll go get me a straw. Okay? I'll go get me one. Lisa trying. Okay, but let's get the house rules out of the way so we can see who we got in here. Welcome to the Pink House, guys. And you'll know what I need you to do. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that like button means helping me to keep bringing you great content. I cannot bring you great content unless you hit that like button. You got to hit it, hit it, hit it. Like, hit it. Come from out of the bushes, just step over. You know, just step over, just put your feet over or put your arm over and just hit that button. Hit that button like that. You ain't got to do nothing, just push that button. So push that button like that. That's all you have to do. I'm not asking for much. Just hit the button. That's all. Okay? Just hit the button. Okay. Now, once you hit that button, I need you to do something else. Subscribe to the channel. Now, hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel does not cost a thing. It's free. Yes, I did say it's free. It's free. It just helps me out as a content creator so I can keep bringing you great content. But also hitting that like button keeps me in the algorithm. Yes. So if you all can do that for me, be great. So let's go ahead and do that. And if you do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I am. But also, don't forget to go over to my second channel and do the same thing. Do the same thing. Don't go acting crazy. Just do the same thing. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right. Let me just put this trigger warning up because I don't know what's going to be said on some of this stuff. I swear, I don't know where this is going to take us. I don't know what's going to be said on some of it. So we're going to hit that button in the first place. Okay. And this is what we're going to be talking about. See all these subjects here? Yes, all of them. Piers Morgan and Joy Reid, who's the winner? Who's the winner? I want you all to tell me who is the winner. Okay? Whenever you get ready, you can tell me while you're watching the video, in the midst of it. If you already saw it, just let me know. Okay? But let me go ahead and get these. Thank you, Mary, for coming in. Thank you. Langley, welcome to the Pink House. Black Titanic. Did you want me to drop the link, Black Titanic, so you can come up and help me to debate all this stuff? If so, just put a yes in the chat because I would love for you to come up and help me to debate what's going on. I need somebody that can know how to. Joy Reid is classic and intelligent. She is. She's just like you, Black Titanic. You're classic and you're very intelligent. You're a nurse. So you know. Yes, you are. You are a nurse. You got to be smart. Pinkie, please keep my daughter lifted in prayer. We had to do emergency surgery today. Oh, Lord. Yes, I will. Yes, I will, Linda. And I'll remind everybody when they come in. Okay? I definitely will. All right. Thank you for letting me know. My prayers go out to you all. Okay? Oh, my Lord. Oh, Lord. Linda Gamble praying for your daughter. Hello, that's Linda. Okay. Hit that like button. Y'all better do what BT says. Hit that like button on your way into the chat. And Petitious, thank you for being here. I'm so happy. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. And thank you for being here. Like, comment, and subscribe to Pinkie, the Housewife, and Pink Global. Okay, let me see. Support the channel by way of super stickers and super chats. That would be nice. That would be awesome. That would be so awesome. So awesome. I would just hug you like this. Okay. Trigger warning. Trigger. Okay. That's Black Titanic speaking to Petitious. No. How do you forget, Pinkie? And you making me mad. Black Titanic. Well, just, you know, my mind be so many places, and I'm sorry about making you mad, Black Titanic. I'll give you a big hug, okay? Pinkie, don't put me on blast like that. You know I'm sick and can't breathe. I'm not putting you on blast, BT. I'm sorry about that. Oh, my Lord. You know I'm sorry about that. Okay, well, you sit back and just watch and listen and put your feet up. Make sure you get you something that you like to drink on and stuff, and just put your feet up, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and go on with the matter at hand, all right? Let me I always want to start off with something funny. I'm going to start off with something funny first, okay? To lift everybody's spirits. So, Black Titanic, this is going to be something that you, Linda Gamble, and M. Petitious, and anybody else that's watching, you all can laugh on first, okay? So, y'all get ready to get start your laughing, okay? You all are getting ready to do your laughing. Okay, here, first, I got to play this one first before I play the other one. It's just 3 little shorts, clips. Okay, y'all ready? Oh, I don't even have it. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm telling y'all, are you all ready? And here, I haven't even put it up yet. Okay. My stomach is growling. That must mean I'm hungry. I must be hungry.
Donald Trump was caught crying during his birthday parade. At least that's how it seemed, as the whole thing was a flop. Now, multiple times today during the parade, Donald Trump was caught falling asleep, looking bored, yawning. But this moment will be the image of the parade. Take a look at this. Full pouty face by Donald Trump. It is almost something you would create with AI, but that is real. Yeah, and his whole staff during the parade looked bored. Marco Rubio was caught yawning. The whole thing was just a flop. And while a lot of you are going to say, well, it's honoring the Army, you can honor the Army. You can celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Army without honoring yourself. And that's what Donald Trump did. And we know it was for his birthday because they sang happy birthday to him and presented him with a gift at the end of the parade. The whole thing fell apart, and Donald Trump's face showed it all. Meanwhile, the No Kings protest were a resounding. Donald Trump was caught crying during his birthday parade. At least that's how it seemed, as the whole thing was a flop. Now, multiple times today during the parade, Donald Trump was caught falling asleep, looking bored, yawning. But this moment will be the image of the parade. Take a look at this. Full pouty face by Donald Trump. It is almost something you would create with AI, but that is real. Yeah, and his whole staff during the parade looked bored. Marco Rubio was caught yawning. The whole thing was just a flop. And while a lot of you are going to say, well, it's honoring the Army.
That was a flop. Now, let me show you how well that flop took place. It's just too much. Oh, that's just too much, guys. Did y'all look at that thing again? That thing, look, that thing, the thing make noise. It's freaky. What do I hear? I would be so embarrassed. I would be so embarrassed if that was not Reid. And he lied. Oh my God, look at it. That is so embarrassing. That is so embarrassing. That's just like somebody saying, your daddy go tell you, daughter, because you haven't finished high school and you're going off to college now, you're a big girl. No, we're going to use a boy instead. No. Daddy said, you're a big girl. I mean, you're a big boy now. So you haven't finished college, high school, and you're going off to college, you're a big boy. Finished high school, you going off to college. I'm going to go buy you a brand new truck. And he come back with something like from 1930, but it's already broke down. Ain't nothing, and the family ain't got no money to fix it. But you want to go show it off to all your friends, and before you get there, it breaks down. But it's your graduation from high school gift. That man, and he was looking so sad, so sad. And this is the last one I want to show you. Oh Lord, oh Lord, y'all! I just had to show that. I had to open it up with something fun. Okay, I just had to do that. Now, had to open it up with something fun. Oh Lord, whew. I tell you. Now, y'all ready to get down to business? We ready to get down to business? Yes, let's get down to business now. Whew. That man got me enjoying myself. I am just enjoying myself. Yes, I did. I enjoy myself. Okay, we're getting ready to get down to some serious business right now. Okay? Yes, we are. We're getting ready to get down to the serious nitty-gritty of some business. Let me just bring this up. Now, let me just say this before I get started. Okay? Hi, Terry. Thank you for being here, Terry. Thank you for coming in. Everybody, say prayers. I want everybody to put your prayer hat on and prayer warriors out there. Let's say a prayer for BT. BT is not feeling well. I'm not going to get into the specifics of it, but she needs y'all's prayers. Please, everyone, send prayers for BT so she can come through whatever's going on with her body strong, and she make it. Okay, we wish her prayers and love. So put love hearts and everything in the chat for BT Black Titanic. And then also we need to also do the same thing for Linda Gamble. Linda Gamble's daughter needs to be lifted up in prayer as well, because they had to do emergency surgery today for her. So we got two people in this chat that needs your prayers, BT and Linda Gamble. And when you go over to BT's channel, and while you're over there, to show her some love by watching some of her videos, give her some watch time. Always, and you can put it on replay. Yes, you can. Or go to her playlist, and you can put it on playlist, and it'll just go through that whole list. The best time to do it is at night. I love to do that at night. You do it at night and let it go through the whole, and you just plug up your phone so it won't be on a live when you wake up in the morning, and it'll go through all her playlists. It'll go through that playlist that you assigned. Like I got 2 and 3 playlists. But go to her playlist and just let it play. Give her that watch time. All right. And put a note in there on the first one that you watch, and just let her know you're doing a replay on her playlist for. All right. Let me see. Do you do not have to send replacement prize? Wait now. Let me see. I received my package. You're sweet. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. And you do not have to send replacement prize. No, I couldn't get the that hat. It was out of stock in that color. So since I couldn't get it, I decided to let you send you the money so you can whenever it's on sale, catch it on Melanie's Live, and that way you can purchase it and it'll come straight to your home. That's what I did. Yeah. Linda, I'm recovering from surgery too. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Let's I hope you get better. Terry, how you doing today? Hello, Pinky. I'm in the bushes. Oh, that's my sweet tea in the bushes high now. Okay. Well, sweet tea, I got some stuff for you too. We're getting ready, and for everybody that's got BT is sick. She's not doing well. So send prayers to her. Linda Gamble, daughter, is not doing well. Send prayers for her. And then we got Terry is trying to get well from surgery. All right. So y'all send prayers for everybody. I have you in my prayers. Okay. I'm good. Okay. Thank you, Terry. But let me ask you, you did get the envelope inside the package, right, Terry? You did get the envelope, right? That was what that envelope was for inside and you got your 2 fans, right? I just want to make sure you got your package. You got 2 fans and an envelope, correct? I just wanted to make sure. Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you. Now let's go ahead and get down to the matter at hand. Okay, we had already got our fun out with the Donald. Now, everybody know that Piers Morgan and Joy, I don't know why I just said Jay, Joy Reid. Ooh, Lord, it was, I'm just gonna be quiet and we just getting ready to watch this. We're getting ready to watch this, okay? We're getting ready to watch this. I ain't saying a word. I'm not going to say a word. I'm going to be quiet. Here we go. And my stomach is growling. I don't know why. No, thank you. What do no then thank you means, Terry? I don't just let me see. Let's watch. Let's watch the Piers Morgan first. Okay. It got a little heated. It got a little heated. It got a little heated in the heat of the moment. Okay, here we go. Now, this information would be down in my description box below my video. It's Piers Morgan Uncensored. And Piers Morgan, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying a word. Okay? And that information will be down in my description box. Okay? Okay, you're saying thank you to you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Terry. Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh, that means everybody that that participated in the giveaway for the we did a What did we do? We did a watch party, a Diddy sentencing watch party. And for everybody that participated in it, we did giveaways. And it was some good giveaways, and everybody got their gift. So thank you for that. Thank you all for participating in that. And like I said, in July, we're going to do another one. Sometime in July, we got to find, July, August. What month or date it is, but this in August, next month, we'll do another one. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started. This is a slug out. Y'all tell me. I'm just going to put it up here. For you. Right here. Piers Morgan and Joy Reid. Who the winner? The winner is. I don't know. We're getting ready to find out.
School should have access to books in their library which involve strap-on dildos.
If the person is brown, they need to be rounded up and put into quote-unquote alligator Alcatraz, a concentration camp in Florida. If the person is white, we let them start a business and become Elon Musk.
Do you know how many people Barack Obama deported in 8 years?
I don't know and don't care.
Well, hang on. You don't know and you don't care. The majority were brown.
Absolutely disingenuous argument,
Wow.
Piers, because this is your shtick.
It was your
shtick. It is your shtick, and everyone knows
your
that it
shtick.
is.
People got more with it. Have you watched Brokeback Mountain?
No.
You posting on your blog that you wouldn't watch Brokeback Mountain because you don't want to see two male characters having sex. Your words, not mine, Joy.
And your point is?
I've actually got Michael Knowles waiting in the wings.
Great.
Is there anything you'd like to say to it? The MAGA base is at war on the Epstein files. The hostilities have not ceased on the Democrat side either. This week, former President Obama told a DNC fundraiser that it's time to toughen up and stop whining, navel-gazing, and being in fetal positions. He urged Democrats to stand up for the things that you think are right. The problem, of course, is that Democrats don't agree on what they think is right. They are only united in saying that Trump is wrong. That point was illustrated in colorful language by former CNN host Chris Cuomo.
I don't give a fuck how many likes you get on your comments by hating Trump, because it doesn't win the race. You get 42, 44%. That's what just happened. Trump sucks doesn't win the race. My frustration is with you thinking you keep doing the same thing, which is just pound on this fucking guy, which is easy enough to do, but you don't win the race. So now what you're doing is doubling down on Trump sucks by outrage and making your own MAGA. I don't think it's going to work for Democrats.
Well, 8 months on from the election, it's not clear who is leading the opposition or which direction it will choose. There are the pragmatic centrists like Josh Shapiro and Pete Buttigieg, who are socially liberal but hyper-focused on electability. And there are the radicals like AOC, Bernie Sanders, and Mamdani, who want to burn it all down and start again. Many people, myself included, saw Trump's victory as a culmination of a huge backlash to identity politics and its unhealthy obsession with racial justice, woke activism, and demonizing opponents. Many people, including myself, saw Joy Reid as a strident advocate for identity politics, exhibiting an unhealthy obsession with racial justice, woke activism, and demonizing opponents, but she can respond to that because Joy Reid, who hosts the Joy Reid Show on YouTube, joins me now. Joy Reid, welcome to Uncensored.
Piers, thank you for having me.
Well, we've never met, I don't think. We've never spoken to each other. I think we've locked horns a little bit on social media in the past. I think I'm blocked by you on X. I can't remember what crime I committed, but probably Trump-related. Just first of all, what Barack Obama has said and what Chris Cuomo said there, has that given you pause for thought about what the Democrats should now do? Because it's all very well just shrieking constantly about how evil Trump is, but it clearly hasn't worked now twice. You know, the fact the guy went away for 4 years and then came back and won again was an utter repudiation of the tactics to beat him, wasn't it?
Well, first of all, I'll say I have not blocked you on X Twitter because I haven't been on X Twitter since Elon Musk acquired it. I actually left the platform, so there might be someone posing as me who's blocked you. So
I think it was prior to Elon's purchase.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so this is an interesting conversation because there is no one who is more obsessed with racial identity politics than Donald Trump. He ran the most racial identity politics laden campaign that I've seen in my lifetime. And I've been following politics since I was 12. The point of his campaign was, if I was to sum it up, that immigrants, whom he identified as gang members from Venezuela, as people from S-hole countries, as essentially any non-white migrant or immigrant in the country, were vermin who were poisoning.
Well, he was talking about criminal, illegal immigrants. He was talking. Well, hang on. He was talking. You can't misquote him off the top. This is my point, though. This is my point. You know, I remember. Let me just say something, Joy. I remember when he won in 2016. I was at the New York Knicks the next day with my eldest son, and Chris Rock was there at the next table. We got talking. I said, "Why do you think Trump won?" And he said, you know why? He said, if someone's murdered 8 people, stop going around saying he's murdered 9. He didn't mean Trump had actually murdered anyone. What he meant was, there's plenty to criticize Trump about. I've done it myself many times. But there's also a lot of stuff that resonates with people. And I think it's the over-exaggeration, the over-demonization of Trump is part of the problem. And your characterization of his depiction of immigrants, you said the word immigrants. Actually, what he was talking about repeatedly on his stump in his rallies was specifically illegal immigrants who come in illegally, who are criminals, who are already convicted criminals, who've come into America across the southern border in huge numbers, who are criminals. He wasn't talking about non-criminal immigrants, as you tried to put it there. So there is a difference.
False. No, first of all, it's absolutely false. Let's talk about, for one example, the Haitian immigrants in Ohio. These are people who were in the country on a legitimate visa, who are actually improving that community by taking jobs desperately, where people desperately needed to hire and did not have any, enough American-born employees, and they were hiring these folks. They were taking badly needed jobs. They were improving the community economically. He accused them of eating people's cats and dogs. He characterized them as if they were animals. These are people who his own administration had allowed into the country on a legitimate visa.
But I agree with you.
First of all, I'll stop. Let me just finish my thought. So his all-encompassing term about immigrants being vermin and poisoning the blood of the country was all-encompassing because it included them. And in his mind, it included anyone who he said came from an S-hole country, meaning if you came from Nigeria, if you came from the Gabon, if you came from any country in Africa, he in a blanketed way depicted immigrants, again, with Nazi terminology, vermin.
Well, let's leave Nazis out of it. You know what? Whenever people,
and wait, let me finish
but Joy, whenever it's taking you what? It's taking you 4 minutes, and you've called him a Nazi already.
You know what? He interrupts. Piers Morgan would never let her complete a sentence. She's talking. Every time she's he asks her a question, then he interrupts her and then try to condemn her. Piers Morgan, oh Lord, he's already pissing me off already. I'm trying, guys. He's pissing me off already.
Come on.
But and now, what we're seeing are masked federal agents sweeping up cooks, abuelas, people who work on farms, picking up dishwashers, any brown person. And Tom Homan said, based on one criteria being their appearance, it's overwhelmingly brown and some black people. We're not seeing them sweeping up white folks on the street. Donald Trump ran a racial identity campaign. And this is America. That is appealing to, unfortunately, a lot of Americans.
Well, actually, it would turn out to be very appealing to Latino Americans who voted for him in record numbers. More Latinos voted for him than voted for Kamala Harris, the non-white candidate. More Black Americans, African Americans voted for Trump this time round than first time round. So for this,
statistically, it was the same. The same number of Black Republicans voted for him.
More Black Americans voted for Trump this time around.
It was the same. And by the way, this is the other challenge. There is a phenomenon, and my family are immigrants, and there is a phenomenon among immigrants of slamming the door behind themselves. And by the way, more Latinas, women in the Latino community voted for Harris. But there is a phenomenon. If you talk to people who actually are in the community and study this and spend a lot of time on it, journalists who studied it, there are a lot of Latinos who want so badly to identify with Americanness that they identify against fellow immigrants. That is not a new thing.
No, but maybe they weren't identifying. Maybe they weren't identifying. But Joy,
that's not new.
Maybe they were just
blackness. And
let me respond to
the
that.
Latino community is not new.
Let me respond to that. Maybe they were just sick and tired of people like you, and I say this respectfully, but people like you constantly calling Trump a Nazi.
Wait now, people like you? What he said, people like you. But don't forget, Orange Man called everybody names. He calls everybody names. Obama been gone, and he's still trying to deflect and say it's about Obama. What? Let me pull it up. He said something recently about my President Obama. Yes, I did say my president. Until I get one, he ain't my damn. I'm trying to pull it up. But I'm not going to waste my time pulling it up. When I do, I'll show it to you all. But anyway, this man, Donald called more people out of their names than anybody. Shithole countries. This person and that person. Talk about everybody and all up under women's dresses and stuff. He even talks about up under little girls' dresses. When he was with Epstein. That's why he's trying to suppress stuff, because he don't want that ish to come out. Just my opinion.
Maybe they thought it was ridiculous.
Maybe don't call people vermin and say they're poisoning the blood of our country. That's not the terminology. Don't use it.
You have
why are you supposed to, you invited her on your channel, right? I mean, on your show. If you invited somebody on your show, you're supposed to let them speak. But yet the whole time you are acting like a mega that drink the juice, and you can't see nothing else. You are defending the man like he needs to stop defending. That big grown, overgrown bear with the orange hair can defend himself with lies like he always do. He needs to stop it. That's all he's doing is talking over her. He's not going to let her speak, because he's doing the same thing that all the Republicans and you know, I got those in my family anyway. So, oh Lord, somebody help this poor man. He is. I told y'all I got some ish for y'all to watch. Didn't I tell you? Y'all better get up in here.
Repeatedly over the last few years called Trump a Nazi. Now, the Nazis were the most despicable, awful human beings we've seen in.
But if he Nazis is despicable to you, why is it that Donald got out the people that praise Hitler, or he likes Hitler too, and all the people, you know what I'm talking about, all them people that salute this with the blacks, oh Lord, them racists. Oh Lord, Lord, they just make my blood boil. They got me turning up my lip, rolling my eyes, and I don't need to do that. I'm going to be quiet.
1,000 years. They murdered 12 million people, 6 million Jews in the Holocaust. Trump is not a Nazi. So when you do that, you thought it. Let me finish.
You've just done what you normally do. I have said he uses Nazi terminology, and that's a fact.
Right.
Saying people are poisoning the blood of our country, that is Nazi talk. That is what I've said about Trump. I will stand by it, because if you're calling people vermin and saying that they're poisoning the blood of our country, you are lifting language out of the Nazi playbook. That is very different from saying that Donald Trump is perpetrating a Holocaust such as in the 1930s.
Right.
But what he is doing is straight fascism. That's not me saying it. Mark Milley, his former Joint Chiefs of Staff chair, said that he is a fascist to the core. His former chief of staff says he's a fascist, and the things he's doing, masked men snatching people off the street, not even showing any identification as law enforcement.
Let me ask you a question.
Men dragging women, children into vans, fascism.
You've made this point.
I will stand by that any day.
Let me ask you a question about immigration. It's a very interesting topic at the moment, as you rightly observe.
Sorry, guys. He's quit to want to change the subject. He didn't want to hear what she got to say. When she started saying something and saying Trump person this and that and this, they said this. Oh, now he want to change the subject. Why don't you go after them? Why don't you say something that, oh Lord, somebody. Y'all probably go need to get you some lemonade, some water, or something. If you need something stronger to drink, to listen to this, but you need to hear it. Okay.
What are the fruit you eat to stay healthy? It's actually making you fat, according to Harvard.
Well, you need to talk to the orange-haired man about getting overweight. If it's making people fat, maybe he should stop eating whatever you're telling him everybody else to stop eating. You know, don't be telling my people something that's gonna make them fat. They ain't fat. Oh Lord, I'm just trying to let him finish his little spiel. But guys, he just I'm gonna have to control myself because this man here is.
So my view, for what it's worth, as somebody who is an exceptional alien, is how it's described on my visa to the United States, but I have a home in Los Angeles, and I love America. I've lived and worked there for 20 years. My view is that most Americans, I think instinctively, do not have a problem with the principle of deporting undocumented workers who commit crimes in the United States. Would you have a problem with that?
I got a problem with that. Because you're not doing it right. I got a problem with that. You're supposed to do due process. The way you're doing it, it ain't right. The way you're doing it is not the way they doing it is not right. Because they don't discriminate. They're taking anybody and everybody just because they want to take somebody. Beating them, tearing up the property, beating it. Oh no, you don't do it like that. There's a way you do things. So I got a problem with it.
People get a hearing and they go through a process, sure.
Yeah,
but
okay.
that is not what's happening.
No, I'm going to come to the next bit.
Hold on, that is not what's
Joy, I'm
happening.
going to finish my point.
It's not
I wanted to see what you were prepared to agree with.
He just asked her a question. Just ask Joy a question. And before Joy can respond, because I did my response, but before she could get hers out, he jumped back up. Oh, no. Calm down. Calm down, man. Calm yourself down. Ooh.
About because I think it's healthy to the debate, right? So we both agree about that, which is good. Now, I don't think that they should have pressed the button on deporting as many illegal immigrants who are there undocumented, but who've not committed crimes in the way that they're currently doing. That they should have sorted, first of all, people who are in the country illegally who commit crimes and deported them. Everyone would agree with it. But I agree with you. The wholesale pulling of people off the street who may have been in America for many years, got families in America who pay taxes in America. You only have to talk to farmers to understand the devastating impact this may have. So on that, I would agree with you. But I also think that, and I hope you would agree, that Donald Trump has pretty much stopped completely the number of people coming over the southern border illegally. And under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, over a 4-year period,
as many bring their name up. Just make your point. What he do what everybody? Then he's gonna go back and start talking about Barack. He's gonna probably bring up Clinton, Hillary, and her. He's gonna bring up everybody. Somebody. He can't stay. That's to let you know who he is. Piers Morgan is letting you know who he is. Don't be fooled.
He is 10 million people are believed to have come over the southern border illegally. Now, you must surely think that the Trump way of securing the southern border is better for the United States than the Biden way.
First of all, if those are Donald Trump's numbers about how many people came in over the southern border, I don't buy them at all.
What numbers do you buy?
Anything Donald Trump said.
What numbers do you buy?
And let me go on.
Well, how many do you think it was?
Let's just say it was.
Joy, how many do you think it was?
No, let's just say I'm going to stipulate to you.
Oh, let the woman speak. Let the woman speak. You can't even let her speak at all. Let her speak for once.
Let's just say it was 10 million people. Are you asking your viewers to believe that 10 million people were in the country raping and robbing rather than working on farms, working on construction sites?
No, I didn't say that.
We have to recall that again, being in the United States without documents is a civil offense. It is not a felony. And so the reality is, if it was 10 million people, we have to ask ourselves, what is the pull? America has always run, from the time that people who looked like me were enslaved, on cheap labor, on free labor to start itself as an empire, and then on a constant pull of cheaper and cheaper labor. That is a pull that is pulling people over. And then, of course, there's the push of the destabilization in Central and South American countries. That is the push. That push-pull is a fact of life. And it was a fact of life when Donald Trump was president the first time.
But what's that got to do with how many come over the southern border illegally?
No, the difference is now, if you let's say where you end all undocumented migration to the United States, all that would do is put a burden on the pull part of it, because you have industries that desperately rely on farm labor, on construction labor.
But why shouldn't you have a system? But Joy, why
raising it to zero does nothing to change my life.
Joy, why shouldn't people?
What it's done is
why shouldn't people? Let me just ask you, why shouldn't people do what I had to do when I wanted to live and work in America? I mean, just go through a proper process and get accepted to be allowed to come into the United States. That is how a normal, well-controlled border works. So what you seem to be suggesting is that because America,
a lot of people have done exactly that. They have done exactly what he said he did. But what the problem is, they're not going to pull your butt up off the street because they know who you are. They don't pull up the people that's driving their cars. That's called, y'all know who I'm talking about, what I'm talking about. Driving their cars to work, driving their cars home, while they're on their job, while they're out in the field, while they're up on the construction site, up on a house, building up on a house, while they're in the grocery store, walking down the neighborhood, while they're at school, while they're in college. That's what they're doing. Breaking into their homes while they're at home sleeping or at home getting ready for work. That's what they're doing. They're not going to break into your home. They're not going to pull you over because why do we have to educate ignorant people on this stuff? We've been trying to educate these ignorant ass people for years, for decades. They're never going to get it because they're not this color. They don't have this color skin. See this skin here? They don't have that. So, of course, they're not going to pull you over. You need to act like he don't. That's because you're. I'm going to be quiet.
America's economy needs a lot of workers. We should simply have a system where anyone can come in. And if that's not your belief, then how would you?
You're contradicting yourself, Piers. You are contradicting yourself. First, you want them to come over, and you want them here that been in the country for 10 years or more, and this and that, like you said, or do it the right way, like you said. But the minute they go to work, they get snatched up, even when they are American, even whether they was born here, whether they've never been in whatever country you said they need to be, whatever the country this orange man is sending them to. They don't need to be in Florida, out in that little alligator swamp with the water running through. And we're in hurricane season, those little tents that they made ain't fit for nobody, with the lights on 24 hours a day with mosquitoes eating them up, and they don't have nowhere to sleep. They pissing in the place where they sleep. Why don't they pull up? Why don't you go out there and see what they do? But you got your blinders on. You got your blinders on. Hi, Miss D 6218. Thank you for being in here. Bless everyone. Thank you, Miss Pinky and the ladies. Bless everyone. True and facts. Thank you. Ooh, this man. But we need to know this. We need to know how we cannot put our heads in the sand. We cannot put our heads in the sand. That's why when I be bringing y'all stuff, I'm bringing y'all stuff every day that is going on out here. Whether it's talking about the Illuminatis, whether it's talking about all these people in the industry are finally speaking out. Some people, I said I was going to do that today. I said it yesterday. But this here, everybody, this is trending all over. So I'm still going to do that. I did it, half of it. I didn't finish yesterday, but I'll finish it up. But I need to talk about this today because y'all see how heated it is.
Regulate the southern border.
I'm going to say to you that if the policy were applied the same across the board, that would be one thing. It's not. Marco Rubio's grandfather didn't do it the right way. He overstayed an order of deportation, stayed anyway, and was allowed to remain in the country. Elon Musk's brother says, and Elon Musk disputes it, but Elon Musk's brother said they overstayed their student visa, started a business which would have been illegal for someone on a student visa, were allowed to stay. They are white migrants, and somehow that was okay. What we're seeing is a selective enforcement of this outrage. If the person is brown, they need to be rounded up and put into quote unquote alligator Alcatraz, a concentration camp in Florida. If the person is white,
the concentration camp in Florida, they got every kind of animal out there. And I don't know what, and I pray that they're right at the point where the hurricanes will come in. Those, oh Lord, I just get nightmares thinking about it at night. I cannot, oh Lord. And when I say all my family live in Florida, not all, but I would say 90% of my family is in Florida. 95% is in Florida. In Florida, living. That's where, and I worry about them every time. To the point where I have to sometimes get them out of there. Not me going there, me sending money to get them out, putting them up somewhere. Because I'm not going down in no storm. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to this dingbat. I'm not calling nobody a dingbat, okay?
We let them start a business and become Elon Musk. What's happening is that Stephen Miller has said he wants 3,000 people a day rounded up. And he has said he doesn't care where they have to get them. He wants ICE going into Home Depot. He wants them going on construction sites, going onto farms and dragging brown people and into detention. They're putting people in private prisons that are unregulated by the federal government. We've heard stories of people eating rotten food, having to use
you
the
still haven't
same
told me
water
what you would do
for the restroom. And so the reality is what we have right now.
Shut the F up and let this woman speak. She can tell you, let her speak, and then you can ask her, what would you do? You don't do that to Republicans when they come on and they be talking in circles. You ask them a direct question, and what do? You can ask them something totally different about maybe Alligator Alley, and then they'll start talking about Hillary Clinton had those emails. And you didn't ask nothing about. You asked nothing about email. Well, Barack wasn't born in the U.S. and that's a lie. And you can ask them something about the Epstein file, and they'll be talking about somebody else. Now you know better. I can't stand. Ooh, Lord.
Now is we have a system of literal terrorism against brown migrants simply because Stephen Miller does not want them in the country.
As you know, they're not all brown, as you know.
Well, the vast majority are.
Well, but you haven't answered my question. Also, if you were running the,
what did he say? They're not so brown. Did y'all hear that? They're not so brown. He don't recognize because he's not considered that at all. Okay. So when we talk about brown people, we're not just talking about black people. We're talking about the anybody that's not white. We're talking about the Hispanics. We're talking about the Creoles. We're talking about the Mexicans. We're talking about the Latinos. We're talking about the Cubans. We're talking about other people from other African countries and stuff. We're talking about anybody that's not looking like you, Piers. Okay? And then you have a nerve to say they not so brown. What do you know about they not so brown? Do I look like I'm brown to you? Yes, I'm brown. See this aunt? This was a brown aunt. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord.
southern border, if you were in charge, if you were the border czar, what would you do? Would you let them all in, or would you stop some of them coming in?
The first thing that I would do is to look at some of the actual legislation that's been put on the table before. You have a very small number of immigration judges who deal with people who are presenting themselves for asylum, which, by the way, is perfectly legal. It is legal to present yourself for asylum, but there are scarcely any judges doing that work. Multiple times, bipartisan, members of Congress, the House and Senate, have tried to pass legislation that would increase the number of those judges. If you actually had enough people to adjudicate asylum cases at the border, it would make that easier. I've actually been to the southern border and looked at the process and looked at the previous version of detention that Donald Trump did in his first term. First of all, it was horrific, and it was abusive even then to children. But
and were you as outraged by Barack Obama's deportation program of over 3
absolutely.
Yeah, damn, man. Just stay on the subject. Stay on the subject. He's trying to make this a black thing. He's pulling the race card. Stay on the subject. What are you going? Barack was not president last time. Okay? there was a white man just like you. So stay on the subject. Stay on the subject. And stop making you trying to bait her. You trying to bait her. You want her to start talking the race card so you can throw it back in her face. Ninja, you ain't smart. We got you. I know. I see you. I see you, Piers.
Absolutely. And I think that Barack Obama made some compromises that I do not think were morally sound in order to try to lure Republicans into doing the immigration reform.
Do you know how many people he deported?
Since Marco Rubio.
Hey, hang on. You wonder about how many guys? Why you wonder about how many people he deported? What about how many people that Clinton deported? How many people that Biden deported? How many people that Trump deported? What about that? How many people did he deport last time he was in the White House for that 1 year? That's 1 year. And barely made 6 months. And he is destroying this country already. How many people here in deported? Thank you, Linda. There was other presidents besides Obama. Yes, Obama is still my president, though. But yes, I still call him president. Yes. You're right, Terry. This, oh Lord. I'm dropping my link just in case anybody want to come up and give their side of this tape, because I know this will make you hotter than fish grease. If you know what fish grease is, if you got some fish grease, it make you hotter than fish grease. Okay, I'm telling you. You see it, y'all see? I keep drinking my what is this? This is lemonade in here. And then my other bottle, I got tea. I don't even know which one I want to drink. Keeps you hotter than fish grease. Hi, Parkin. Keen speaking, Esquire. Eyes all on Hodges. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Carlton, you see I'm hot. I'm hot and not burning, sweating. I'm not talking about that kind of hot. I'm hotter than fish grease right now. I've been screaming. I better be quiet because it upsets my nerves. He got my shoulder hurting because me keep throwing my arm up, and I think I need to just get up and just do a march around. Do this here. Just pace. Maybe that's what I need to do. I'm going to pace while he's talking so I can keep calm. So I'm going to stand up and start pacing, just walking. So when y'all see me walking, don't worry about nothing. It's just me. I'm going to just pace. Do it like this. So when y'all see me pacing, just say, that's Pinkie. She's just pacing. Don't worry about Pinkie. Let her pace. I'm just going to pace. But I'm not gonna mute myself when I be doing this here because I'm listening, but I may have to go get one of my flowers off the wall and just do that. Okay? Hotter than hot flashes. Hot flashes. I've never had the hot flashes. You know what? I hear people that do have hot flashes, especially some of my friends, and they talk about it. They be wanting one of these here. This is what you need. But I don't get hot flashes, guys. I really don't. I never had it. Remember I told you all one live that I don't sweat out. It's like when I'm out in the heat, I don't sweat. Only thing I do, if I stand out in the sun for 10 minutes, you can tell if I got this shirt on here and it covers this part, in 10 minutes, this here will look like my hands. See how my hands are darker than my arm? Because from driving. That's from driving. As soon as wintertime comes, it gets cold, my hands are turned back the way the color my arms are. If you're African black, you know what I'm talking about. Summertime, you darker. Wintertime, you turn back light. Sweet tea, nice. The tea and lemonade together to make it. Armor Palmer, that's my favorite drink. And calm down, Pinkie. I am. I told you I'm going to get up and start pacing. Okay. Then we need to deport the orange man and his family. Yeah. You got to remember, half of his family don't even belong here. And somebody got a special visa. What do you call that visa? E something, E1 something. I got it written down. It's called a E something. Let me see. I'll find that name of that visa. It's for people like Einstein, EB1. It's an EB1. It's for people like real smart that won the Nobel Peace Prize, that found a cure to the most horrific disease ever. And it's curing people, or it's for people, very notable people, not a supermodel. No, she ain't no supermodel. She ain't no supermodel. Somebody that took the clothes off. Not for people like that. At that page, just open up the border and say, everybody come on in and get an EB1 visa. Just come on in, get your visa. Just come on in. You're not born in the U.S. You're not. They don't have to wait for nothing. This is so stupid. Your man Obama is in. Mindy, your man Obama is in it up to his neck for treason. Your party is in free fall. I don't know what, Mandy, I don't know what party you're talking about, but this is so stupid. Okay? I don't know what party you're talking about. Okay? I really don't. But let me just say this. Let me see what you're saying. Oh my God, this host is copying. And what a joke. And I am not even American. I don't know what you're talking about, Mandy. But anyway, let me go ahead and finish what this saying. I don't get your what you're saying.
Do you know how many people Barack Obama deported in 8 years?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Well, why don't you guess?
Yes,
I don't know and don't care.
Well, hang on. You don't know and you don't care. You've just given me,
because it's not the issue.
Hang on,
you're trying to make the issue the southern border.
Joy. You've just given me Joy. Joy.
The point is,
Joy. You've just given me Joy.
Was not dragging women.
Joy. Let me finish. You've just
nursing babies apart and taking.
Joy. You've just given me.
I'm sure going to tell me it's your main issue.
You've just given me.
But it's not my main issue. My main issue is that what we're seeing.
I'm trying to finish my sentence. You've just given me a lengthy monologue attacking Donald Trump's aggressive deportation policy. And I've simply said to you, there was a black Democrat president of the United States for 8 years. I'm simply asking, given that you're obviously all over every detail of the Trump deportation policy, and given you were on the airwaves in America on a daily basis through Obama's tenure, how many people did he deport in 8 years?
I do not know. You'll tell me. I'm sure.
Have a guess.
But it's probably more than 1 million people. I'm quite certain.
Have a guess.
I think each 2 million.
It was 3 million.
Okay. And your point being what?
My point being, are you as shocked by that as you are claiming to be by Trump? If you're stressed about back taxes, miss the April deadline, or your books are a mess, well, don't wait. The IRS is cracking down. Penalties add up fast, 5% per month, up to 25% for not filing.
Oh, my Lord. Guys, tell me what you all think of that. Tell me what you all think of that. I tell you, this is too much for me. He at least need to let her finish a sentence first. He never let her complete a sentence. He just go on and on and on. I think, to me, he knows what he's doing. Oh, I'll go back. Let me pause it right quick.
Well, Brown.
1 moment. It is not deportation in and of itself that is what is shocking to people. There are two things that are shocking. Number one, well, I'll do three. One, it is not deportation to render someone to a third-party country they have no connection to.
I agree.
Rendering people to El Salvador is shocking.
And that's why he's
coming
back.
Done by Biden.
That's why that guy's come back.
Done by George W. Bush. All right. So that is shocking.
Yeah.
Number two,
that's why
deporting people with deporting. Well, that's only one person. They deported more than 200 people
he's come back
to that gulag. Yes, but they deported more than 200 people. 70% of whom CBS has determined had no criminal record whatsoever.
Let me see what Mendes. Obama lied to the American people back in 2016. He is. You better go catch up with what Obama did. He tried to overthrow Trump first term. I think you're wrong. And I think you're drinking that Mindy juice. I think you're drinking all that juice. And but in my chat, you don't come in my chat and disrupt my chat. That's one thing you don't do. I don't like it. And I normally let people come in and speak and talk and everything. But when you come in my chat and you got the clown like this, Mindy, I don't put up with it. So in that return, you're blocked. And your comments have been removed. So if you're still listening, I block you and your comments have been removed. Okay? I just gave you long enough to sit there and say what you want to say. Now you're gone. Okay. Thank you, guys. She was a menace in the chat. We need to deport Orange Man. Oh, I saw it and I was, Pinky, she is blocked. Yeah. I got the heifer. I don't know who she is, but I got her. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start. I was going to let her stay. I never did. I was I was putting her on my list so I can make sure she get out of here. Thank you.
The subject from Obama's deportation policy.
I'm telling you, the three things that are shocking are not deportations themselves. It's deporting people, number one, to third-party countries like the Sudan, where they have no ties whatsoever, simply for the cruelty of doing it, essentially paying third-party countries.
I asked you about your response to Obama. Obama deported more people than any president in American history.
If someone receives...
Why do he jump over Biden and not talk about Clinton? He don't talk about that. He talks about President Obama because that was the only Black man that became the American president. And he did better. And he was much loved while he was in office for two terms. He was in there for 2 terms, 8 years. And he was much loved. And he can't take it. That's let you see. You still can't take it. It's probably eating you up at home every time you think about President Obama. Every time you see that he's having a good time, you probably it eats them up inside. That's the worst thing they can't take it to see that was a Black man that was the best president ever, much love, and still much love for him. Ooh, they can't take it. That's your talking point from the Orange Man. You know they all get talking points. Terry said this is why he's not on mainstream TV. And he needs to go back where he came from. He needs to get back straight before conducting an interview. Yes, you do. And if you're going to invite some, he didn't do this mess to Jaguar Wright because she would have ate his ass up when she was on, although she was talking about something totally different. You see that? He just wants his nonsense point of view. He just trying to spew. He just wants somebody on there so he can talk about somebody that's been there. Biden was worse. If he probably was worse to you, but I think he did an absolutely good job. And I didn't see us falling for free fall. People wasn't afraid to go to work. People was not afraid to drive their car. People wasn't afraid to go out in the fields and work. People wasn't afraid to let their kids go to school. Kids wasn't afraid to go to school and sit up in the classroom. And I bet you nothing happened to you while he was under. I bet you're probably hiding in the house right now. Because if you don't look like Piers Morgan, you're probably hiding in the house right now. Because you're probably afraid to go to work. So if you want to say Biden was worse, that's your opinion. Thank you very much. And thank you for coming in. And I can tell a troll, one thing, let me just say this for all the trolls that's sitting out in the bushes and stuff. Let me tell you how, and maybe y'all will learn from this, because I said it many times before. You can always tell a troll. A troll will come in, they do not speak to nobody. They just want to get a point out. They just want to say what they got to say. And see, if you come in and blend in, people will know you're a troll. But trolls are so fucking stupid because they come in and they don't speak. They just got to speak their little nonsense out. That's all. And I always say, trolls, if y'all want to come in, speak to me before you come in. That's what it throw me off, because I wouldn't think you're a troll. But y'all are so fucking stupid. You come in and say the stupidest shit. And pretend like you're not a troll. And then you can say little things every once in a while. And then you already got welcome in. I'm just trying to say, let me go on with this, because Carol, I don't know what you're talking about. And I already told you to not looking like a troll. Okay.
My family are immigrants. If there's a deportation process, at the end of that adjudication, you are deemed to be deportable and need to be
But you're missing my point, Joy. Boy, I'm trying to politely ask you, do you condemn?
Different from what we're seeing now.
But here's my point. In the interest of fairness, do you condemn Barack Obama's deportation policy, given that he deported more people? Let me finish. More people than any American president in history in his 8 years.
What an absolutely disingenuous argument, Piers, because what people are yes. No, I'm gonna explain it if you'll allow me.
You didn't even know how many he deported.
Because I just said that, first of all, I think it was a moral compromise that I disagree with vehemently that Barack Obama made to try to lure Republicans who were never going to really come to the table for immigration reform. I disagree with what he did. But if there's a process for deportation, that's one thing. If you are rendering people with no process, if you are rendering them to third parties, and if you are kidnapping them off the street, as if this is 1930s Germany or South Africa in the 1980s, that is what I find objectionable and I find fundamentally fascist, and will stand by that every day. What Donald Trump is doing is a moral horror. And if you can't see that, I don't know what to tell you.
I hear you. All I tell you is that Obama deported a hell of a lot more people than Trump.
The issue. The issue
and most
is,
of them were brown. And last time I checked, Barack
deportation?
Obama isn't white. So it may not be
and
a race thing.
And what does that have to do with Barack Obama being black? Now you're the one obsessed with race. You want to make this a racial argument. The argument is that the Obama administration,
you made it a racial
the Biden
argument.
Administration, because Donald Trump
you said Trump is deporting people based on their skin color.
Well, it is what he does. He plays racial
did
politics
Obama.
As a matter of course.
Obama did it too. Only worse.
It's what his politics were all about. His politics are about removing as many non-white people.
Thank you, Linda. We just blocked the ZK. She got blocked. Don't worry. She on my forever block list. And see, they just so stupid. If you don't want people to know you're a troll, come in and speak. Then I won't think you're a troll. It might take me a little longer, but I'll figure it out sooner or later. But you just come in and start spouting out stuff without even speaking to me. Speak to me before you come into the Pink House. Show me the same respect you show everybody else. When you go on other content creators' page, you speak to them. Whoever their name is, you speak to them. Show me the same courtesy, because I'm going to start dropping all of y'all motherfuckers when you don't speak to me. Hi, Alice. Thank you for coming. Chat, how your mouth doing today? It's getting a little better. It's getting a little better, but I just told my husband today to contact our attorney and let him know we're going to talk to him soon. He's a good friend. He's right at my house right now. Not here, at the other house. He's right at, my attorney's at my house right now. Yeah, he's a good friend though. But I told my husband we need to talk to him, call him. And I'm going to, because It's not right. I only showed 2 people what happened. Black Titanic is one. I sent her pictures and everything. And one other person in the chat, I sent them some pictures of it. And without me telling them what happened, my son saw the picture and he said the exact same thing. He said, that's a drill bit. That's a drill bit hole. You know how you drilling stuff outside? You put the goggles on it. My son and husband knows the drill bit, but that's what my sons looked and said. That's a drill bit. That's a drill. Yeah. So yeah, there's. I'm not gonna say, but yeah. And it's just. But anyway, let me see. Pinkie, my friend, has a maid that has been with her for over 15 years. Now she will not come and clean my friend's house because she's afraid of being picked up. I understand, sweetie. I understand. Sometimes you may have to go get them yourself. This is some crazy ish. This is some crazy ish that we're in now. Piers is making it about racism. Yes, he is. Because he's trying to get, guys, what he is trying to do, he's trying to bait her. He's trying to get up under her skin. He's trying to make her start talking about all this racism stuff so he can say, got you. See that what she is? See, you know how Karen, just think if you're out doing something, walking down your street or in front of your house or something, and a Karen pulls up or comes by your house. Don't even know you, but will start talking. This is not your house. What you doing in the neighborhood? This is not your house. Did you get this house? We don't have people like you. That's when I'm going to be quiet. I don't know who just represents you, but they better know why they playing, who they playing with. I don't know. Alice, don't worry. I block their ass. They get blocked. Pinkie, just hang on long enough to make sure I put them on my no block list. Okay.
Clearly from the country as they can, 3,000 a day.
That's what Obama's policy was too.
Apparently the policy here.
That's what Obama's policy was too.
No, it was not. And there was
as
no
we sit here,
rendering of
as
people.
we sit
There was
here,
a process for deportation.
Intentionally going at her. You are supposed to be the host of the show. Why are you intentionally? That's what this project was too. That's what this project. Why are you intentionally doing that? You're supposed to ask them questions and let them speak. Yeah, we just blocked 2 trolls. I did. And will continue to block if they want to act a fool.
We sit here.
And you know that it's materially
different.
We
sit here, Obama deported more people pro rata per year.
Do I have to move him off this subject? He and keep doing that same old. You get him a bone from the Orange Man, and they don't let it go. They don't ride that bone until they get more talking points on that bone. Ooh, my Lord.
How many did he render to a third party? How many did he render to a third party? Because what he's also doing
is outraged by Trump, but you're not outraged by Obama.
I'm absolutely outraged by fascism and by snatching
but
people
Obama
off the
wasn't
streets.
a fascist.
No process.
He's not.
Absolutely, I'm
because
outraged
Obama's got brown skin, he's not a fascist. Is that your policy?
Well, that's your.
Yeah. He is not in this fight. We're talking 2025. We're talking 2025. He is not in this fight. He has been in this fight for a while, long time. So why are you worrying about what he did? What you worry about? What about Clinton? Oh, Clinton, oh, you ain't gonna talk about him because he the same. He looks like you, right? You ain't gonna talk about Biden because Biden looked like you, right? But I voted for, now I like my Biden. I voted for Biden. And I voted for Obama. And I voted for Clinton. I voted for everybody that's right. I don't vote for the people that giving out that Kool-Aid, because Jim Jones gave out Kool-Aid, and you see what happened to those people.
Simplistic, racialized way of looking at it, because
yours
that is what
about
you're
Trump.
doing on the show.
It's yours
of
about
course
Trump.
it is. No,
But
mine is
let's
about
move on.
fascism.
I want to move
Donald
on.
Trump is
I
acting
don't
like
want to spend the whole time
idiot.
talking about.
He said, let's move on. Let's move on. Now, let's see, would he bring up our President Obama again? Let's see. He's going to bring him back up again. But he want to move on. He's the host. He want to move on. So as the host, you move on.
Person that behaves the way he does, trying to take people's citizenship away, denaturalizing. That's Idi Amin behavior. There's a black fascist that you can compare it to.
Okay, let's move on to. I want to just play a clip of when you lost your job at MSNBC. Let's watch this.
My show had value, and that that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I try not to cry on TV. And whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. And you know, I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
Now, look, you're perfectly entitled to be proud of your show. Many people enjoyed your show for many years. You know, a lot of people at NBC were briefing that the reason was declining ratings post the election, 47% decrease in your election, in ratings from pre-election. But you told Mark Lamont Hill on his show this.
After I said on my show that the reason Americans could relate to Ukrainians in a way that they didn't relate to Palestinians, that Ukrainians are white. And so watching white people get their schools bombed was, you know, hit different. That hit our ratings. I mean, it definitely, we could see the loss of white viewers from that moment that I said that. So they were like, we don't like the name calling. And also I'm a black woman. So I mean, I'm sure it makes him angrier, you know, when I say things. Maybe because I am a global South person myself, you know, I mean, as a black person, we have a different empathy toward other global South people when they are suffering. And so we're going to come at that story from a different angle and in a different way and with different kinds of empathies. And I think that's not always received very well in the news business.
Now, Joy, I mean, look, let's be honest. I don't think you were fired after all those years because of your skin color or because you're a black woman. I think you were fired because your show just got increasingly unpopular. It happens all the time in TV. That's why you got let go. Why play the race card?
How the hell do you know why she got let go? You was in the room, or they called you and said, it was among all the people that look like you, we're gonna let Joy Reid go. Oh, did you hear? Oh, call up I was getting ready. Call up somebody that looks like this. We're gonna let Joy Reid go. Oh, we are. Yeah, we're gonna let Joy Reid go. All of y'all got together. Oh, that's a smart idea. How do you know? You're supposed to let her tell her story. What? You would not say that to anybody else that was drinking that juice, that was turning up that Capitol, the people that was turning that damn Capitol to pieces. You would have never said none of that to them.
I love the fact that your play the race card is your version of the race card. You literally are so fixated on trying to racialize conversations with me, Piers. I find it actually quite charming.
Racialize more conversations.
She called him. Oh Lord, that was a good one. He is so trying so hard to make sure. That's what I said. Remember, I said he's trying to go to her. He's trying to make her bring out that race card. That's why he keep bringing up racism stuff. He's doing it like they do it. You know what I mean? Think we're not smart enough to realize what you're trying to do. We know what you're trying to do. And that's what he's trying to do. Trying to get her to bring up the race card. That's what he want to do. Because she said why but no, he trying to tell her. It's like, how the hell do you know? I'm telling you why I was let go. You would not say that to nobody else, but you said to her because she's a black woman. And you trying to make her look, ooh, Lord. Catch yourself, people.
No,
in your
excuse me, I'm having
tenure
a
at
conversation with Mark Lamont Hill that
than
you're
any
flipping bits
host
of.
in
All right,
history.
all right, Mark.
Come
All right, Piers.
on.
And the bottom line is you take an entire conversation that I had with Mark Lamont Hill and pick the bits that you can racialize because this is your shtick. And I get that this is your
You
shtick.
racialize everything, Joy. Come on.
I get it. I understand this is your shtick, Piers. And listen, game recognizes game. I get this is
It's
your
not
game.
my shtick.
The bottom line,
It was your
it is your shtick, and everyone knows
your
that it
shtick.
is. Piers, we
got
understand.
more than-
Now he's trying to blame it on her. Oh my God, that's what they do. A Karen. He's doing what that Karen would do. And how I know I had many Karens. Yes, I just don't talk about them. I had many Karens, but I have to shut their ass down. I shut them down real quick. I sat them down real quick. I let them know who they fooling with and why they shouldn't mess with me. I sat them down real quick. I'm not here. When I come across a Karen and they come at me, I don't have time to talk to them and go back and forth with them. I just let them know who you fooling with. And I know you don't want to fool with me. But what he's doing, he's playing that, you know how Karens act like they so, oh, I'm going to call the police. Oh, you're threatening me. But Heifer, you came up to me. But he's been the king. He is dangling the carrot in front of her. But see, Joy know what he's trying to do. But she got to also act dignified on the show because she's on national TV. Because then they'll pick that part and only show what they want. They'll call up everything in the book. You know how they love to demonize us Black women.
And it is so interesting to me that you yourself, as a white European, find that when people of color talk about race, that you believe is racializing conversations. But when people like you fixate on, well, Barack Obama was a Black president, why don't you object to that? That is racializing a conversation about the former president of the United States. But you can't put and I'm sure you find that charming and funny.
I find it hilarious because you're the one. You're the one who said Donald Trump.
You and your friend Donald Trump.
You said Donald Trump is a white fascist.
Are so he is. Well, I agree with Mark
Obama did the same thing.
Last time I checked,
I'm not allowed to mention his skin color.
I agree with his former chief of staff, who last I checked was not Black and said he's fascist. And Mark Milley said he's fascist to the core. Okay. So I happen to agree, and I know this is what is important to you, with two very white gentlemen about Donald Trump's fascist tendencies. Okay. If that makes you sad and uncomfortable, I can't help you.
No, yes, it made me sad and uncomfortable. I think it makes you a little bit of a hypocrite, but that's different. Now, President Trump reacted to your departure by saying, low-life chairman of Comcast, Brian Roberts, the owner of ratings challenged NBC.
What is it? Donald can call her name, but she can't say nothing about him. If she say, don't call him Donald or T or the P word with the D and the P, something wrong with that. But it's okay for him to call her name. Give me a break. Make it make sense.
MSNBC has finally gotten the nerve up to fire one of the least talented people in television, the mentally obnoxious racist Joy Reid, based on her ratings, which were virtually non-existent, should have been canned long ago, along with everyone else who works there. What's your response to that? Many of us carry around bulky, worn-out wallets that are
that will be, he don't know what the F he talking about. He needs to be fired. That's why he didn't make it through one term that first time, because nobody wanted to see his bull again. Yeah. And, you know, I'm just glad she's not taking the bait. That's all he want to do is for her to take that bait. Oh, I don't know about, ooh, this is the most obnoxious man I ever came across besides that orange-haired man. Ooh, he makes me sick to my stomach. I didn't realize that.
If you, I mean, it's fascinating to me that you think it's important that I care what Donald Trump says about me. It's a badge of honor. If he dislikes me, then I think I'm doing something right. I have zero respect for Donald Trump. And therefore, if he feels the same way about me, then the feelings are quite mutual. And I'm very, very proud of that and happy with it.
Okay. I want to play a clip. This is you talking about, you're attacking parents. You spoke out about their concerns about gay and pedophilia pornography books being placed in school libraries.
The question I'm asking is, what is the expertise that you have and other Moms for Liberty advocates have to decide that a book, an award-winning book like All Boys Aren't Blue, isn't appropriate for students to read? What a
tragic story of a young man who's anally raped by his adult family member. So you have incest, rape, pedophilia. Joy, you said you'd let me answer, so I'm going to answer for you. In what context is a
Have you ever noticed that? George, you said Joy did not stopping you, but y'all saw the grin on her face. That's what they do. They want to smile and grin at you. Watch that. Y'all that work in corporate America and everywhere else, no matter where you work, even if you're working at a call center or a grocery store, anywhere, watch when they smile at you. When they know they trying to take you down, they smile at you.
On dildo acceptable for public school? I mean, that's my question to you. Tell me what the context around the strap-on dildo or the rape of a minor child by a teacher.
Hold on a second.
No, wait, we're talking about public school.
One moment.
All right.
Now, there's also a second clip. This is you talking about Republicans exploiting concerns by minors who identify as transgender. And you said this was an old-age tradition which Nazi Germany did. Let's take a look.
In fact, there are more kids who have been exposed to gun violence, estimated at 3 million, than there are transgender Americans of all ages in total. Targeting trans people isn't new. It is an age-old tradition, which Nazi Germany did with brutally violent ends in the 1930s.
Now, the confusing part of all this, Joy, is what you really think about the LGBTQ plus, whatever it now is, community, right? Because as you know, when you started commentating about this, appearing to be a big ally, a lot of stuff emerged, which came from posts that you had purportedly put up in a blog between 2007 and 2009. One of which said, most straight people cringe at the sight of two men kissing. Another said, I don't want to watch the two male characters in Brokeback Mountain. You were talking about having sex. Does that make me homophobic? Probably. You referred to the then Florida governor as Miss Charlie and featured the tag gay politicians. Now, you said at the time when all this emerged, I genuinely don't believe I wrote those hateful things because they're completely alien to me. I hired cybersecurity experts to see if somebody manipulated my words on my former blog. And the reality is they've not been able to prove it. Now you're not at MSNBC. Now you're on your own, doing your own thing, and you don't have to worry about repercussions.
Let me just say this. Joy Behar is, she is on her own. She's no longer at MSNBC or whatever. She's on her own. She's doing her own thing, and I'm happy. She is. Make sure you all go hit like and subscribe. Go over to her channel. I already subscribed when she first started it. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. Go over and subscribe to Joy Behar's channel. I have done it. She has some great content. She'll keep you updated on what's going on. And also do the same thing for Don Lemon. We love the Lemon heads, okay? So go over to Don Lemon, do the same thing. We got to keep supporting them. They did nothing wrong in their jobs. They was just singled out. And y'all know why. And then then they lied why they let them go. They put out a false statement on why they let them go when they already told us the truth why they got fired. So go over to Joy Behar, go over to John Lemon. I love them both. What you said, I subscribed the first day. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. And and Joy is doing an absolutely great job, a wonderful job. Okay. One day I hope to be a Joy Behar. I'm not Joy Behar. I mean, Joy Reid. One day I hope to be a Joy Reid or a Don Lemon doing the way he's doing. I hope to be that one day. It's called, you got to follow your heart. Do what you, and then they ain't got nobody censoring them, telling them what they can and cannot say. And they ain't got nobody pulling and telling them, no, you can't say that. And when they be trying to tell the truth, and then they trying to get them to laugh.
Are you prepared to finally come clean and just admit that was your blog and you did say those things?
You know, Piers, I might have known that you would use this opportunity and interview and that this was your purpose, right? This is your purpose. And that's fine. This is your show and you can do whatever you like. You know, I could sit here and go on and fight with you about your strange, weird obsession with Meghan Markle, but I won't do that because that would be rude. But what I will say is,
if you want to.
We can do that as well.
Sure.
But the point being that I was very open with my employer at the time about what happened with that old site, which I stopped writing in, before I even came back into the NBC family. And what I have not really talked about publicly, but what I can tell you is that I had a very legitimate reason for being concerned about it, because I was also on the radio at that time. And the things that I was literally talking about on the radio were quite the opposite of the things that were in that site. That is the reason that we began investigating what was going on with that site. And there was also someone who I do not know, who I still do not know, who had login access to my site for years that we did not even discover because I hadn't looked at the site for years. I don't know who that is. I don't know why they had access to the site, but had I not been open about that, I would have been definitely fired, or there would have been some repercussions. I was open with my company about that. I've been very open. Everyone who knows me knows about it. And so if you want to argue with me about an old blog site, that's fine. And I'll take responsibility.
I just asked you if you did write it.
And hold on. And I'm willing to take responsibility for anything that was on that site.
Did you say
for you?
Did you say those things?
She just told that fool that you see what he's trying to do. She just told him. She also told him in the very beginning, before they really got into this interview, because he said, you blocked me on one side, whatever. And she said she never blocked him. Oh, yes, you did. And she told him, no, she hasn't used that site, haven't been on that site, and whatever. She don't even use that site. She shut that thing down a long time ago. But you blocked me. Oh, Lord. Thank God.
Listen, what I'm going to say is very simply.
You said him.
What I'm going to say is very simply this, Piers.
You see where he's goading her. Every time every time she says something, he keeps bringing it back. Oh, yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. Oh, no, you didn't. You got fired because. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Guys, this is a training exercise to know what to do when you come across somebody. Watch his face, watch the words he said and how he said, and see how he's goading her. Thank you, Ophelia. Thank you for being here in the Pink House. Watch how he's goading her. Watch how the words he used and how he's smiling. He knows what he's trying to do. He have an agenda, and they sent him out with an agenda. And I think even the orange-head man knew she was coming on and gave him his talking points. And he's living up to those talking points, because if he do not live up to those talking points, he will get ousted on social media by the orange-haired man. So he can't screw this up. He got to do what he's told to do. I would too. While I'm going to be looking up the one more thing I want to show you all, and just let this play out.
You're attempting
you just spun me an absolute load of old flannel.
The reason that you are trying to go here is that you're trying to defend the idea that Moms for Liberty and these other organizations can take books that are not pornography, that are not pornography.
No, I'm just trying to see whether you like to hold people to account. And I'm just trying to ask you questions about you being held to account.
For everything that was in that site, and I took responsibility for everything that was in that site, and I still take responsibility for everything that was in that site. I find anything that harms the LGBTQ community that was in that site repugnant. I apologize for it. I take full responsibility for it. But the point that I made in my conversation with the woman from Moms for Liberty is that they are making themselves the expert on books, which they are deeming pornographic, by using a site called booklooks.com, looking for words in the book that make them uncomfortable, and then attempting to ban books by the hundreds.
Out of interest, but just to be clear,
and so I asked her,
do you think books? All right, do you think school children at school should have access to books in their library which involve strap-on dildos?
Again, you're taking a book that has multiple subjects, and you're taking this award-winning book and dumbing it down to
just asked you a simple question.
You may feel uncomfortable. And the bottom line is, these books that were published by publishers who had an opportunity.
I am through with him for right now. Okay? Because we only have a little while left, so we're going to watch our last video. We are through with Piers Morgan right now. We see who he is. Y'all got a chance to see and what they're trying to do. Don't be mistaken. Don't be mistaken at all. You see who he is and what his agenda was for today on that interview. He had an agenda for that interview, and he lived up to it, because if he didn't, the orange-haired man will come after him. He know You got to go hard and you got to rip her apart and make her throw out that racist card, and you keep on Obama, because you got to remember this week, that's all his energy. He's been trying to distract us to look somewhere else. I never look somewhere else. I look dead at what's going on. That's what happened to all the Cubans. That's what happened to the Mexicans and everybody else in Florida that was voting for him, and all these other African people that was voting for him. I don't talk about American African people. I'm talking about everybody else and all those other races that voted for him. All those what do you call them? Koreans and everybody else that voted for him. Now they see they got what they asked for, and then they want help. No, you ain't getting no help from me right now. No. But I'll show the world what's going on. He has always been that way, pure ignorant and evil too. Okay, let's go ahead and get with this last video, and this will be it, guys, because I've been on a mission to keep my lives under 2 hours. Yes, I have. That's been my mission, is to keep them under 2 hours. Okay. Woo. And I've been doing a great job with it so far. Yes, I have. All right, here we go, guys. This is what CNN. Trump threatens to go after people. Well, I just let you see it for yourself. Okay, I don't need to say nothing else. Y'all just getting ready to watch it. Remember, I tend to bring you things that nobody else going to bring you. But I got a little too heated today, so I'm going to have to take accountability for that. Okay, here we go, guys.
Trump declared his intent to, quote, go after people for what he claims. Today, President Trump declared his intent to, quote, go after people for what he claims were attempts to interfere in the 2016 election by claiming that Russia was seeking to influence the result. The president insisted that former President Obama was guilty of crimes for what Trump said was his role in weaponizing intelligence.
The leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him?
Guys, let me just say before we continue, this is an attempt to get you to look elsewhere, to take the attention off of him and his mega supporters and all the Republicans. They're trying to get you to all his people, because he knows his people have a hatred for our other president, the only Black president we had. He's skipping over Biden. He ain't thinking about Hillary and Bill no more. His focus is hate. Look at the brown-skinned people. So he wants his people to start hating, because he knew he brainwashed them so hard that they dislike Obama so badly that they'll forget about the Epstein's files. They'll forget about it. Oh, they ain't gonna forget. If they forget about it, they must be back drinking the juice again. They must slipped up and start drinking the juice again. I just saw this on ABC News. Pure nonsense. Well, we getting ready to look at this nonsense.
Look, he's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason.
Kevin, you're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Is he the court too? He wants to be everything. He wants to be like Kim in North Korea. I'm everything. Ooh, Lord, this man makes me sick.
Lip tack is at the White House for us. Kevin, it's notable this response came during a question about Ghislaine Maxwell, but can you fact check what the president is suggesting here?
Yeah, and just to underscore, these are very striking comments from the president. You know, he's accusing Barack Obama of sedition. He said he was seditious. He's accusing him of treason. And he says, quote, whether it's right or wrong, it's time to go after people. Clearly, the president intent on using some of this information that was released last week by the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, to go after his political rivals, chiefly the former President Barack Obama. And just to step back and describe what Gabbard released, she released information that she says undercut that 2017 intelligence assessment that found that Russia, through a hacking and influence campaign, attempted to influence the result of the 2016 election. She seems to be relying on sort of correspondence that was sent between Obama officials that said that Obama wanted a new assessment into this. And what President Trump seems to be seizing on is the fact that an initial assessment found that Russia was not successful in influencing the results of that election. But both Trump and Gabbard seem to be twisting some of what the intelligence found. You know, the intelligence community found that Russia did attempt to influence votes through things like hacking emails, things like social media campaigns, but it never found that it actually hacked into voting systems and changed votes, even though it attempted to breach some of those systems. But President Trump seems to be using some of this new findings and documents that have been released by his intelligence chief to go very harshly after President Obama. And certainly it has always been true that the Russia investigation that really clouded the first 2 years of his first administration has long been in his head as an attempt to undermine his legitimacy. He has repeatedly called it the Russia hoax. Now the president seems more intent than ever on going after some of the people who he thinks were responsible for it. And just over the weekend, we saw him post quite a striking AI-generated video of President Obama in the Oval Office being arrested by FBI agents. Later, the video depicted Obama sitting in prison in an orange jumpsuit. So very striking imagery, very striking words from President Trump as he tries to use some of this information, one, to go after his rivals, but two, seemingly to try and distract from the Jeffrey Epstein matter. But I think bottom line, when he accuses Obama of treason, when he accused Obama of leading a coup and of being seditious, there's really no evidence in what Gabbard released last week that would back up any of those claims.
Yeah, certainly. Kevin Liptak, thank you so much, live for us from the White House.
I want to get a bit of a fact check of what Donald Trump just said at the White House from CNN senior reporter Daniel Dale, who joins us now. So President Trump made a lot of claims, Daniel, about former President Barack Obama. But what's the reality?
Well, President Trump has a long history of accusing former President Obama of committing crimes while not specifying how exactly those crimes were supposedly committed. So in this case, he kept saying Obama was caught, his name was on a document. I didn't specify what Obama was caught doing and did not say what document he was talking about. So it's a bit difficult to fact check, but I think there's a strong chance he's talking about something highlighted by a director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, that refers to an email post-election in 2016 where the member of the intelligence community said the president had directed the intelligence community to come up with a new assessment of how Russia had attempted to use tools to intervene in the 2016 election. So two things about that. First of all, that is post-election. That is pre-inauguration, but post-election. So it would not be an election rigging effort, as President Trump specified. And second of all, the president directing the intelligence community to assess Russian interference is simply not treason. There is very little there. Now, Tulsi Gabbard has alleged that that new assessment that was produced after that meeting, she said directly contradicted previous assessments. She did not prove that. And she is emphasizing the fact that that new assessment in January 2017 did not find that that previous assessments did not find that Russia had altered the election results, altered vote counts. Well, the new assessment didn't either. What the new assessment found was that Russia engaged in hacking operations targeting Democrats, had engaged in influence operations online to attempt to alter the results in favor of Trump, to hurt Clinton. That is not contradictory as far as we know. And a GOP-led Senate Intelligence Committee review of this found that these conclusions were correct and that there had not been political interference by the Obama administration. So look, there continues to be analysis by this current administration of what happened back then. But what we have so far from Ms. Gabbard, from President Trump, simply does not come close to proving that President Obama committed any crimes here.
Okay, so in other news, Trump is accusing his predecessor of treason here. Just a moment of reminder, when Russia interfered in the 2016 election, as the intelligence community agreed quite broadly, there was bipartisan agreement that Russia did so. You had Republican and Democratic lawmakers saying quite clearly, there's no question about Russian interference in the election. And just for folks who may not remember, they hacked emails from John Podesta, Hillary Clinton, and notably released those hacked emails right after the Access Hollywood tape came out. I mean, that's what part went into the assessment that this was attempted to advantage Trump. Intelligence community never found that they influenced votes or voting systems, et cetera. From a legal perspective here, is there any legal evidence grounding for a U.S. attorney to take up these referrals and actually prosecute?
Well, a U.S. attorney can take up whatever they want if it's handed to them, and frankly, they ought to. If they get a referral, there is not a serious case here for treason or sedition or whatever else. You know, Jim, from your long work overseas, that intelligence estimates or intelligence assessments are sometimes ambiguous. There are different opinions that can be made about them, but merely disagreeing with one or the findings of one or what's drawn from one is not treason, which is the act of, number one, seeking to overthrow a government, or number two, seeking to kill a sovereign of a nation. It's just silly. Now, can it be a hassle and a pain in the ass to the person who's investigated, who's got to hire a lawyer and go through all the motions? Sure. But this is not an investigation that be grounded in any reality.
But when you have the president raising the prospect of using these levers, right? These legal levers of his administration. I mean, what is the risk in that? Just remind us.
No, you know what I think the risk is? It's public misinformation. I think people do not know what treason is or what sedition is or what any crime is. And they hear the words from someone in a profound position of authority who can get in people's heads and say, wait a second, I think those guys actually did try to commit acts of treason. So more than anything else, it's bad civics for the population that just doesn't understand these very hard legal questions.
There's that old saying that a prosecutor could indict a ham sandwich, right? If they go before a grand jury, essentially a one-sided affair.
Right.
Could you see at least reaching that relatively low level?
No, because yes, by Saul Wachtler, former New York Court of Appeals judge, that a grand jury could indict a ham sandwich. You still have to get to probable cause, which is that it is more likely than not that a crime was committed. It is not more likely than not that the Barack Obama committed treason. You don't have to like the president. You don't need to have voted for him. But let's be serious here about what the claims are. So no one's getting charged here for this.
Elliot, thank you so much. A lot.
The Justice Department.
Okay, guys, let me just say this. That's a lie. Donald is trying to get us to look somewhere else. But y'all got to be smart. Don't go looking nowhere else. Just keep looking where you're looking at right now. He's trying to hide and trying to not get those Epstein's files released, although he ran on it, but he don't want them to be released because his name is all in it. His picture's everywhere. We already know that. He was playing with the young girls too. Yes, he was. Okay, in my opinion, and allegedly. But anyway, also, Donald, you don't know what treason means. You should have asked one of your kids to write it, look it up, put it on your phone for you. Google, use your Google machine. You know, don't you have a Google machine? Use that Google machine. Okay? Look it up, Donald. Okay, that's why we got people all in the White House, all around you. Have them to look that word up and stop being so stupid. Okay? Have them to look that word up for you. Pull up on that Google machine. Treason. No, that's a lie. He never even doing nothing like that. That was after, after the election. So, Ninja, go somewhere with that. But anyway, guys, he's just trying to deflect. All right. Let me see. I did want to read this, what Terry said. He was trying to change the narrative so no one would talk about Epstein. That is true. He didn't want nobody to talk about this man here. Let me pull up his picture. Right here. Where's Epstein? The Epstein man. Oh, that's not him. I want a bigger picture of Epstein. Well, let me see. Let me see. Maybe if I take this down, I got a bigger so y'all can see him. Oh, there we go. Right there. Maxwell, Miss Maxwell. Yeah, there you go, right there, guys. Right there with that Piers Morgan guy. Okay, but anyway, they trying to get you to not look at what's in front of you, what the matter at hand. And we say, that sounds so dumb. He is dumb. You got to remember, the man is dumb. On the other hand, he was found guilty of 34 counts. Yes, he was. So he is a felon. He should not be in office because he's a felon. Yes, he is a felon. My understanding, Barack Obama, he ain't no felon. Barack Obama haven't been to jail. Barack Obama haven't been in the courthouse trying to fight all these lawsuits. You have. So I think you need to be quiet. Linda said the orange man is involved with young girls and is on the list, allegedly. Yes. We all know. Yes, Pinky, it is a video of Epstein and the orange man floating here on YouTube. It is. Send it to me, Linda. Send it to my send it to me. Or I'll pull it up. Okay, guys. We're not gonna stay long. Because remember, I've been saying we're going to keep all my lives less than 2 hours. And I've been doing a great job of doing that. It's not 2 hours yet. It's 1 hour and 56 minutes. So that means, and guys, I'm still going to do that, those videos I said I was going to do. I'll pick up from yesterday, part 2 of yesterday, but I had to bring this out. Now, you never know what we're going to get tomorrow, but I will be here tomorrow, okay? And also, I'm getting ready to drop the video on the death on Malcolm. Y'all know who from who I forgot. It just slipped my mind. But anyway, I'm going to be dropping a video in just a little bit. Let me just pull it up right quick. Don't tell me I took it all down. I think I did. Yes, I did. I took it down. Okay, but that's okay. Guys, I'm going to see you all tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, and y'all know how we do it. God bless you all. Y'all be safe and everything. And prayers go out to Linda Gamble for her daughter and Black Titanic. That is she's not doing well, and she's going to be having surgery soon. So prayers go out to her, and then also to who was it? Was it Terry? I think it was Terry Matthews that's healing up, recovering. Terry is recovering as well from surgery. Also, prayers go out to the three women. Okay, thank you guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, I'll see y'all on tomorrow. All right, bye-bye. Y'all know how we do it.
I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't want to go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel like